I'm beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Hey, welcome to another episode. If you do enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you like this series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Last time we played a little bit of basketball, and this time we're playing an interesting card game. Game number 36, 64 Hanafuda Tenshi no Yakusoku. Released in 1999, this game was both developed and published by Ultron. So if you can't tell already by the title, this is another Japanese exclusive game. Basically, this is a card game based on the popular playing cards Hanafuda. Did you know that Nintendo started out as a card company over 100 years ago, and they made Hanafuda cards? Actually, they still make them, I'm pretty sure. Hanafuda is the name of the card. Like we have standard 52 deck of playing cards here in the US, Hanafuda cards are just another type of playing card. This game features 3 types of games you can play with the cards: Koi Koi, Hana Osei, and Oichikabu. There is a single player story mode in this game, so we'll complete that to beat it. So the story opens up with introducing our character, Ryuji Kazami. He's 18 years old and he really enjoys playing Hanafuda. He made a promise to a girl 13 years ago that they would meet up in this city. He doesn't really know the city though, he just remembers they're supposed to be in a field somewhere. So he sets off to look for that field. Then some girl shows up and says her bike chain broke. We fix it for her and she asks us if we want to play some Hanafuda. Ryuji brags about how good he is, and then they decide on playing Koi Koi. So first, each player randomly selects a card to decide who goes first. Whoever gets the most powerful card is first, then the game starts. Each player is given 8 random cards and 10 random cards are laid out on the playing area. If you're confused seeing these cards, don't worry. I was completely lost too. I won't go completely in depth about how Koi Koi works, but I will put a link in the description with a lot of explanations on it. It's the website I use to learn how it all works. Essentially, there's 48 cards in total, 4 for each month of the year. There's 24 junk cards, 10 ribbon cards, 9 animal cards, and 5 big cards as they're called. The cards have a value assigned to them. Junk is 1, ribbons are 5, animals are 10, and big are 20. In Koi Koi, you're trying to line up matching cards to make combos. Still lost? Yeah, I was too. So it highlights the cards you're able to use to match another card in the playing area. If you play a match, you claim those cards and keep them. You're working to build up certain combos to earn points. There's quite a few you can make, such as 10 junk cards, 3 purple ribbons, 3 poetry ribbons, 5 animals, or 3 bright 20-point cards. So here I had the Rain Man, Crane and Sun, Full Moon, and the Curtain. These are all big cards, so I earn 8 points for having this combo. When you get a combo, you can choose to keep going or not. If you keep going, the round continues and the other player may get a combo and stop you from earning points. There are 12 rounds per match, or 6 for a half game, and only 1 player can score per round. If someone scores and chooses to stop, the round ends immediately. Whoever has the most points at the end wins the match. Yeah, so that's a gist of how the game works. Anyway, this match was all tied up at the end of the 5th round, so it came down to the final round. I had the most OP card in the deck in my possession, the Sake Cup. This card can make a 2-card combo with a few other cards to end a round quickly. I had the Full Moon in my hand that would combo with it, but I needed something to combo it with. Nothing on the board would, so I gambled and played the Goose card to hopefully have her not make anything out of it. That's right, somehow in my first time ever playing this game and not knowing anything about what the heck was going on, I managed to win by 3 points. It shows a screen with stats about the game and then that's it. She commends us for being skilled and we ask her if she knows about a field anywhere around here. She's not sure and then she leaves. So we head further into town when this angry lady shows up with her kid. She's saying we shouldn't walk around or something like that. Come on, we're just thinking about that field here. Then she gets mad that we're complaining, hey lady, you're the one who came up to me. Then she says she's gonna make sure to raise her kid to not be like us. God, my god, what is wrong with her? So In the end, we challenge her to Hanafuda. If she wins, she can make fun of us however she wants, but if we win, she's gotta admit she was wrong. But it looks like her kid wants to play as well, so we'll play Hana Osei instead of Koi Koi. So now we're playing a different but also similar card game, Hana Osei. This is kinda like a multiplayer version of Koi Koi with either 3 or 4 players. In this, each player has 7 cards in their hand and only 6 on the board. The cards are all still the same, and the ones you can match together are the same. However, the combos work a lot differently. And truthfully, none of us in my stream ever figured out exactly how this one works. There's hardly any info about it online. Another difference is in Koi Koi, the round stops when someone makes a combo. In Hana Osei, you just keep going until all the cards have been used. The scoring is, it's weird. You get points for how many cards you had in total, as well as the combos you had, but it can get multiplied, somehow. Then you also lose points for something. I don't know, it's weird. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, I think this game's nowhere near as popular as Koi Koi, because like I said, we couldn't find anything online about it. Somehow I was doing pretty well. At the end of round 2, I was winning 113 to negative 120 to 7. But then, just like that, things changed. I just couldn't get anything going. I mean, there's some luck to this game after all, but man, the little kid got like a massive combo and it just gave so many points. Now I was down huge. Then in the next round, the mom got the biggest combo you can get. All 5 of the big 20-point cards. It was just completely over at this point. She was at like negative 200, now she's suddenly at plus 200. The next round didn't go well either, and that was it. The mom did end up beating me, and she's like, hey, can you watch my bags while I go shopping since you lost? Oh my god, I can't stand her. But then we can just keep trying again on this match until we beat it. And try I did. I didn't realize when I was getting into this match, but this was going to be a nightmare. I just lost so many times, like no matter what, I would just get screwed over. I can't even blame the language barrier on this one. Like, you don't really need to know Japanese to play this game. You only need to just know what the pictures are. It was just so rigged. After nearly 2 hours straight of losing to this lady and her child, I had a pretty lucky combo at the end of round 1. 2 full months. I had a decent lead after round 1. Round 2 didn't go great for me, but it didn't really go well for any of us, so it didn't matter that much. Round 3 didn't go so hot either, but hey, it didn't go well for them either as well. This was my chance. Round 4 was going to be crucial. I learned a new strat in that if you made a match with 2 cards from a month, and then you had a 3rd junk card from that month in your hand, you shouldn't play it, because that means either the other card from that month is in the deck, waiting for you to match with it, or one of the other players has it in their hand. So if you hold on to it, they may have to burn it, leading to you getting a match. This led me to getting a combo for getting all 5 red ribbons. Then on the last card, I also got a 3 animals combo. I was up big after round 4. Round 5 and 6 just had to go decent, and I would be out of this nightmare. Round 5 was pretty uneventful. No one really got anything going, and I still had a big lead. It all came down to this final round. I secured the moon card early, which it's huge because if I could just get the sake cup, I would get a combo and easily secure the win. The sake cup was dealt early, but no one had a match for it. It all came down to how the deck was shuffled. Okay, I'd rather the kid win than the mom. Oh, that was the last round! Yes! We made it past! Oh my god. That's right, it didn't even matter that we didn't get it. Our score in all the earlier rounds was enough to hang on and win. Thank god. So now we get to gloat that we beat her, even after she was being super annoying. She says maybe she was wrong about us, and her kid wants to be like us now. We asked them if they know of a field nearby, and she says maybe we should go to the police station to ask them, so that's where we go next. So we go to the police station and we find an officer and ask them if they know where a field is. He's like, well, there's a lot of fields around here, plus 13 years ago? How you gonna remember which one? We ask him if he has a copy of a map of the area, and he's like, oh, I'll give it to you, if you can beat me in Koi Koi. Hey, what? This dude's abusing his power, just help me out, come on. So yeah, then it's just another standard half game of Koi Koi against this guy. Round 1, pretty uneventful. In round 2 though, he got a lucky draw with the heron, full moon, and curtain right away. Easy 6 points for him. But he gambled since it was so early and he kept going, and well, it did pay off. I was getting destroyed. Round 3 wasn't too bad, just 1 point for him. Then in round 4, nothing was really happening. That is, until the end. I had accumulated 12 junk cards worth 3 points, but since I was down so much, I decided to gamble and keep the round going. I needed a lucky draw from the deck, and I got exactly that. Somehow it was tied back up after round 4, anyone's game. Round 5 was insane for me. I got so lucky and got 3 huge cards right off the bat, an easy 6 points for me. I just had to fend him off for this final round now. Round 6, it was going pretty well. Both of us had decent cards. But near the end, I received the curtain, which completed 2 combos for me. 9 points that round. I won 35-5. Complete domination. Honestly, I was surprised I beat him on the first try. The cop is shocked that we beat him. Not sure on the translation, but it sounds like he admits he never had a map in the first place, so he just wanted to play. Dude, this guy sucks. So next we go to this garden of some kind, and yeah, we confirmed the cop never gave us a map. But the sound of the water, it sounds familiar to us somehow, even though it was 13 years ago. Some woman comes up to us and is like, "Hey, I'm busy, be quiet." Then her friend shows up and she tries to beg money from her for clothes. Also, why is this woman constantly winking? It's kind of freaky. Then she's like, "Hey, I know, let's play Oichikabu. If she wins, I give her money. And if I win, well, I'll probably get nothing, cause no one knows what the heck this random field is." So, the third and final game of this Oichikabu. Basically, this game is a lot like Baccarat, if any of y'all have ever played that. I never had, but it's also pretty similar to Blackjack, at least I thought so. So the way this game works is like this. We all start with 100 points. One player is the dealer and the other 2 are betting. 4 cards are dealt and then we can bet any amount of points on any mix of them, but the most points we can bet in one turn is 10. After the bets are in, the dealer will put 1 additional card on each of the cards dealt previously and then an additional card to their own hand. When a card is dealt to the one we bet on, we can choose to either hit or stay, similar to Blackjack. But you can only hit once. 3 cards is the max per set. Then after all the cards are dealt, we compare our cards to the dealer's. The card values are determined by that symbol in the top left of them, which is the Chinese symbols for numbers 1 through 9. The pictures on the cards don't really matter in this one, it's just those numbers in the corner. Whatever the last digit of our total card value is our score for that round. So if we have 5, we have 5 points, if we have 17, we have 7 points, and if we have 10, we have 0 points. You know. You get it. So in an ideal round, you'll have 9 or 19 total. Hopefully that all makes sense. Essentially, this game's basically pure on gambling. Like, sure, there's some things you can do to increase your odds, but there's way less skill than something like Koi Koi. It took a while to get used to the rules, but I did eventually figure it out. As you might guess, this was very rigged, and I lost the first match. They just kind of made fun of us, and then we play again. After quite a few tries, I was the dealer and I had a couple really good rounds. It worked out to where I was over 50 points ahead of both of them, and I knew what I had to do. See, the thing is, the max you can bet is 10 points per round, but you can also just not bet if you want. It might seem like a cheesy strat, but hey, I'm here to win. So with my big lead, I just bet nothing for the last few rounds, and they never had a chance. The lady who wanted money from us is being a sore loser, and her friend tries to calm her down. We don't even bother asking her about the field because she's kind of scaring us, so we just leave. So then we go to this restaurant wandering around hopelessly looking for that field still. One of the waitresses shows up and is like, "Hey, you want to play me in Koi Koi?" Like, aren't you supposed to be working right now? Besides, I'm hungry. Can you just take my order? And then she's like, "No, Koi Koi, now." She's scary. So this match, the rules get a bit different. There's now a 20-second time limit per turn, so you don't have as much time as you want to think about what you want to do. 20 seconds, that's more than enough though. Then there are these hearts next to each of our avatars. Basically, we want to fill up all those hearts by winning 4 rounds before the other player does. The point values of the combos you get aren't really important this time, just get any combo as quickly as you can. She kinda kicked my butt in the first match. She's like, "Oh hey, I forgot to mention this, but the loser has to say whatever the winner wants them to." I didn't agree to this. Also, I'm still hungry, you know, like, can I please just eat? Nope, she wants to keep playing. After quite a few tries, I did end up beating her. She's shocked she lost, and then she's like, "Oh, I think I hear my manager calling me. I gotta go." Dude, I knew it. She's slacking on the job. And I'm still hungry. So then we're in some market, and there's this teenager and some businessman. Apparently the kid's being annoying because the guy bumped into him, so he challenges him to a game of Hanafuda to make up for it. The guy doesn't want to play, so we step in. I guess now that we're here, the business dude changed his mind because now he does want to play, and we're playing a Wichikabu again. Nothing different here really, other than this is a full 12 round game rather than a half game. It took 2 or 3 tries and I got the luck I needed to win. Now that I've won, the kid admits that he was the one who caused this whole thing, probably trying to scam some money out of the guy or something. They both apologize and then run off. Well, still no idea where this field is. Next we go to an observatory. Maybe to like look through a telescope and find the field. I don't know what this guy's plan is, honestly. Someone comes up to us and she says she's a guide, so she should be able to help us. We ask her about a field near a river. She doesn't know about a field, but says there's a girl that asked her the same thing earlier. Oh my god, maybe it's the girl we've been looking for. She does mention there's a temple with a bell that rings. Maybe it's near there. Unfortunately, we mention Hanafuda and she just loses it. She says she can't resist competing, so yeah. Another match of Koi Koi. Something awful happens starting with this match. Whatever, I'd rather play this. Oh, it doesn't show! Oh my god, I'm screwed. Before, it was highlighting which cards you were able to play to take a match. I didn't realize how heavily reliant I was on that, but starting with this game, it's gone. And man, it made things so much harder. I didn't have any of the cards memorized, especially the big ones, like which junk cards they get paired with. On top of that, there was a 10-second time limit on each turn now too. I was doing so bad that she got a 14-point combo at the end of the first round, something that probably would never happen if you were playing well. There was no way around it. I needed to just keep playing till I memorized all the cards because there's no other way to proceed. Thankfully, I did figure out you can cheese the 10-second timer by just pausing and thinking about your next move. But I still had to reference the guide for the cards constantly. A few matches later, things were just going great for me. I was winning most of the rounds, then I got a big win to be up 36-4. Then immediately after that, I got a super fast combo to bring her score down to 0. It turns out you win if they completely run out of points, even if you haven't finished the full amount of rounds yet. I guess it's like a mercy rule or something. She got wrecked. She's upset that she lost and thinks maybe she shouldn't play anymore, but we're like, nah, don't feel bad. Nobody beats me. I'm the greatest ever. So then we go into the town square or something like that, and there's a lot of stands set up. We're looking for that temple still, so we ask some guy if he knows about it. He tells us to shut up and go away. Wow. Thanks, dude. Real friendly of you. Then his girlfriend shows up and says she can show us how to get to the field. But the guy insists we have to play cards first, cause of course we do in this world. That's what everybody wants. So this is like the true nightmare scenario. No guide on the cards, 10-second timer, and it's Hana Osei instead of Koi Koi. Hana Osei just feels way more unfair for some reason. It could just be that I didn't fully understand the rules, but either way, this was rough. It took nearly 2 hours to finally get out of this mess. Thankfully, I got super lucky in this match, and they were having bad rounds pretty much every time. So after beating them, that guy wants to run off because he lost. Then somehow they like see something in each other, and this match has fixed their relationship or something. I don't know, the plot's weird. Thankfully, we remind them about the field before they leave, and they're like, oh yeah, let's take you to the temple. So now we're at that temple we learned about, and surely we're gonna find the field now, right? So there's this priest dude who shows up, and he's got wild looking eyebrows, like look at those things. We ask him if he knows about the field, and he just screams, whoa, over and over again, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I'll help you out. But you probably know where this is going. He wants us to play Koi Koi with him before he'll help us. This match lowers the time limit per turn down to 5 seconds, which that's just insane. I barely even had time with the pausing strats. I'll spare you the details. I was up 30-10 in the final round after a few matches against him. He got a combo and didn't keep going for whatever reason. I feel like if it's the final round, you should try to get more combos because you don't win, but whatever. He's like super proud of us for beating him, and we're like, so about that field, and he's like, oh yeah. Somehow he knows there's a girl waiting for us behind the temple. That's kind of creepy. Has he been watching her? So finally we made it to the field we've been searching for all this time. Then a girl shows up. Oh my god, this must be her. Her name is Annabelle apparently, and somehow we recognize each other. How the heck did these people remember a promise to meet in this random field 13 years later on like this exact date? I don't know. They totally would have forgotten. She's like, hey, check out this card I have. Oh god, no, she wants to play too. Wait, what the heck? This is a business card? And she's trying to sell me Avon products? What kind of story is this? Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a Hanafuda card, of course. But she just gives us the card and I guess we live happily ever after? I don't know, it doesn't really specify. And yeah, that's the end of the game. Game complete. Apparently after you beat it with Ryuji, you can play through the story as Annabelle, but I'm considering that 100% completion. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating 64 Hanafuda Tenshi no Yakusoku. This game was actually not half bad. Sure, the single player mode was kind of repetitive, but it was really fun getting to learn how to play this new card game that I didn't even know it existed before this challenge. If you're actually interested in Koi Koi, you can play it on the Clubhouse Games classic thing that's on the Nintendo Switch. It's like on the eShop if you're interested in trying it out. It's kind of fun. The graphics weren't too bad, the game played really smooth since it didn't rely on any 3D, and the music was pretty good. I gave it a 6 out of 10 for enjoyability, mostly because I just had fun learning the game, and a 7.5 out of 10 for difficulty because those Hana Osei games are just so rigged. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, consider giving it a like as it does help the channel a lot, and if you like this series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching, and here's a sneak peek at what is coming next. There are 349 on the list. Let's find out what we will get. 122. We're playing Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine.